Since I was a boy, I realized that my nature was a set of contradictions. First of all, I have an irreducible romantic imagination. The stories of battles thrown overboard with some important document inside, for example, never failed to thrill me when I read them in adventure books as a child. They still thrill me, and that is why I decided to write my confession, put it in a bottle, seal it, and then entrust it into the waves. And what better place than where I spent the best memories of my childhood, where I could understand, observing nature and animals, how blinded humans are by the idea of being a superior race. Crime and its punishment have always fascinated me. It is time to do justice, to make the world understand that certain behaviors cannot go unpunished. That is why it seemed right to say a few words about the victims I've chosen and what they will represent. The number 10 is divine since it's perfect, and so there are 10 confessions I want to tell. The first two are a couple whose fault is one of the most common vices in adults, which is to fail one's role, to break a promise made before God. The third was very beautiful, but she had lost her way, going so far as to concede her innocence in exchange for futile money. The fourth, whose role was to lead, to be a point of reference, chose instead to act with tyranny and haughtiness at the expense of the weakest. The fifth was a young boy, and like many of them, he did not give any weight to his own health and life. So I wanted to put an end to this waste, to this ingratitude. The sixth was a thief, has defied the law countless times, believed he was the smartest, but against fate, there is no game. The seventh took someone's life. It may sound hypocritical, but unlike me, he did not let justice guide him. He did it because it was convenient for him. The eighth preached her purity, showed herself to the public as a woman far from vices and temptations, but everyone was aware of her interest in youth. The ninth was lost, his hunger for the game so ingrained in him that any attempt to redeem him would be in vain. You probably expected more names, places, and identities, but it didn't seem fun to me to make it all so simple. So, we come to the 10th, to whom I am grateful, by the way, for unearthing the message. I wish I could have gone on and on to describe my intentions as best as I could, but if things went as planned, and you therefore find yourself having finished reading my letter, it means that your time is up. The poison on the letter is so lethal that mere skin contact leads to death within minutes. I can't really know if you deserve this fate, but thanks to you, these 10 confessions of mine will be found, thus opening the eyes of those who flaunt a life of sin.